Hello again, YouTube. It is I, Ava, and I wanted to make another video. Basically, just kind of talking about how to enjoy spending time by yourself, how to want to spend time by yourself instead of, avoiding it, maybe. I don't know. I just think that I definitely used to do that. I definitely used to do anything to try to avoid being by myself. But then COVID hit and everyone was forced to be by themselves. And honestly, I cried a lot because I was with someone, but they worked all day and came home, late at night. I was basically home all day by myself. I don't think I had a car at that time either, so I couldn't really just go and drive anywhere I wanted to. So it was tough times because I spent a lot of my time, smoking away the pain, trying to deal with it with drugs and substances, just trying to escape in some way, which is not good. So don't do that. But I just couldn't deal with the fact that I was like alone with my thoughts, I guess, and I couldn't really distract myself. This isn't a therapy session, so we're not going to go into that. But I if anyone else is kind of feeling like that and is still feeling that way after, COVID, and still is struggling to enjoy spending time by yourself, I wanted to make this video to hopefully help you move that process along and kind of get more into a place of contentment and ease with being by yourself, I guess. So I guess the first thing I had a little notebook. Let me grab that. I got my little notebook so we can start. It's just notes I wanted to go off of, but the first thing I wanted to say was start small. I know that it might feel like a big thing, a big battle to go from not enjoying spending time by yourself and not wanting to be alone to wanting to be. Like it's a very jump. It's a very jump. Very large jump on the spectrum, but you can get there. You just can't look at it as such a big, tough battle. It honestly is your mind, your mental battle that you have to go through to convince yourself that being by yourself isn't as bad as it seems. Because at least for me, I kind of got bored. I didn't really have things that I liked to do. I didn't really have hobbies, so I kind of would just be by myself and go on my phone. And no wonder I didn't like spending time by myself, because I was just on my phone. There's nothing going on. So that's where I'm heading next. Just, if when you do spend time by yourself, just try to avoid being on your phone. I know you don't want to hear that. Trust me, I'm addicted to my phone too, and I'm working to break the addiction. But honestly, when you're going out and spending time by yourself and you're going on your phone, it's kind of defeating the purpose, because you're not really learning more about yourself and what you love and what you don't like and where you like to go. When you're on your phone, it's just a distraction. It's just another distraction. So when you're spending time by yourself, you're trying to get over the distraction of spending time with others, so you don't focus on your thoughts or whatever the reason is that you don't want to be by yourself. So when you go on your phone, it's you're not really alone. You're with all these other people on the internet who are posting, and you don't feel alone, at least, because you're scrolling through TikTok and there's a new video every couple seconds. But whatever. Past that, just find what you like to do. And if you don't know what you like to do, like how I was, and you can't even think of the first thing that you like to do, think about what you gravitated towards as a child. That's kind of what helped me figure out more of what I like to do and where I wanted to go. And once I got a car, which, if you're watching this and you don't have a car, I know, trust me, I know the struggle. It is really difficult to learn how to love to spend time by yourself when you can't. But start small, like I said, start with walks. Find a little place nearby that you can walk to, and be alone at. But for the sake of this video, I'm gonna assume that you have a car or have access to a car or a bike. That would work too. So find what you like to do, find where you'd like to go. What did you like to do as a child? Did you like to go outside and make dirt cakes? Because if you like to do that, you might like cooking. That's what I like to do. And maybe take up cooking, maybe take up baking, maybe take a cooking class, a baking class. It is so fun to think about what you want to do and that you haven't done before, and just taking a class on it. Like, I used to be in like a little dance club when I was in like 5th grade, but I just remember loving it, to just go on stage and dance and let out all this energy that my body had stored up, and it feeling great. So I was like, okay, let me look for some classes near me, and I found one, sure enough. And was I nervous as hell going into that class, knowing that damn well that I hadn't been in a dance class in years, and that I had no rhythm, and I don't know why it was a hip hop dance class. I don't know why I thought that would be a good one. And did I embarrass myself? Probably. Yeah, I did. But I had a great time, and I felt great after. Shout out to the endorphins, but I felt great after because I was doing something that I loved and that I genuinely wanted to do. So just think about it. Do you like to go outside and be in nature? Do you like to go hiking, walking, running, biking? Do you like to work out? I recently just started going to the gym. I found out I like working out. That's so weird because I used to like doing that when I was younger. Not like super younger, obviously, but like when I was 14, 15, I used to work out a lot, but then I kind of fell off. And, I'm older now, not much older than that, but older enough to be where going back into the gym was a little bit nerve-wracking. But once I got in there, I was like, wait a minute, I kind of like this. I kind of really enjoy getting to have this little time by myself, being alone, listening to my music, and just doing whatever I want to do in here, and just feeling empowering when I'm doing it. I don't know. If you go to the gym, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, just kind of figure out like what it is that you like to do. I said that like 5 times already, probably. So we're just gonna go on from that from that point. But if you have a car, you genuinely can go anywhere you want to go. And if you have an SUV, you have plus 10 bonus points because you can literally go wherever and stay the night and just camp. Free will is such a beautiful thing. Free will is so beautiful. You can just do and go wherever you want. So take advantage of that, especially while you're young. If you're not young watching this, that's okay. Take advantage of it still. Because you only have one life. You only live one life. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm just saying, live every day like it's your last, and life will start getting a lot more interesting, I promise. And I'm not speaking from a point where I'm like, oh, I'm fully healed and I love every day. Like, no. I wake up some days still and I want to not be here, but that's okay, because everybody has those thoughts, and you just have to remember why you're here: to live, love, laugh. Okay, but next topic. If you're struggling like with boredom when you're hanging out by yourself, and you just can't seem to want to stay somewhere longer than like 30 minutes before you're like, all right, time to get back to what I gotta do, bring an activity bag. And if you're like, okay, well, I don't really know what I like to do, just go get a coloring book, just go get a sketchbook, just go get a book, any kind of book, any of those books, and bring it with you and see what happens. So many people are creative and they just don't know it, or they just don't let themselves because they think it's going to be cringy, or they just are not. They're just like, well, I'm not going to bring a coloring book out in public. And why not? Who cares? Who really cares? I promise, start coloring It's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel good. And like, bring snacks, bring some stuff to make it exciting. When you're just bringing a book and you're just going to like the river, I mean, okay, that's good, but bring some snacks, because after a little bit you're gonna be wanting some snacks. You know, you're gonna be wanting a drink, and you're gonna end up having to leave. So plan for that. Bring some snacks, bring a water, bring multiple things to do, so that if you get bored of one thing, you can go to the other. And you're gosh darn set. You're gosh darn set for a couple hours. And then, you know, you get over your snack and you're like, oh well, I'm ready for a full meal. Go out to eat by yourself. I know. Whoa. I know it seems scary. I know that it seems like it's a lot. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't do it a lot. I'm gonna be for real. But that's just because lately I've been trying to make home cooked meals so I can get my summer bod right. Y'all know, if you watched my last video, you know I'm trying to get my summer bod right. So I'm not trying to eat out. But I've done it before. Once, maybe twice. And I'm just, it's nice. It's a nice thing to do. Okay, I've definitely probably done it more than twice. I just can't remember right now. Okay, I have a horrible memory. So, anyways, become your own best friend. Become your own best friend. Like, if you're like me and you don't really have friends, I mean, I have, okay. It's just that I'm not really good at texting, and yeah, okay, I'm gonna not make excuses. I just don't. I have a couple people I keep in touch with, but I don't hang out with people every week. And I'm okay with that personally, because I find ways to fill my time that I enjoy. And if you're somebody who is like that and you don't really have friends, take advantage of that. Become your own best friend. Like, take yourself out on little friend dates. Take yourself out to go eat. You know, treat yourself right. Like, go out to the mall and buy yourself some stuff. Like, okay, budget this, budget that. Okay, if you're, you know, financially suffering a little bit right now, maybe don't. But if you have the financial means and you haven't in a while, go buy yourself something. Okay, go buy yourself a cute little dress from Hollister, cute little, you know, whatever. And I'm just gonna end this video off by saying that if you're also in this category of people who is kind of afraid to spend time by yourselves because you don't want to be alone with your thoughts, I'm gonna take a safe guess to assume that you are probably a naturally anxious person. Felt that. But because of that, because of your anxiety and your fear and your worry about being by yourself, it's just causing you to live a life of fear. It feels like I can't explain it, but it feels like a fog has been lifted and that life is just so much more colorful. Like, I'm genuinely not trying to be cliche, but when you realize that you can do whatever you want and that living in fear is just holding you back, and once you stop living in fear, you have so much potential. Like, the potential you have is crazy. Just stop caring about what other people think. I know it sounds like I'm just like, just stop it. It's not that easy, but realizing it's a mental battle, you're already. Anyways, what I was just trying to say in the video before it died out was just that realizing that fear is just a mental obstacle, you are already halfway there. You're already more than halfway there, because you realize that it's just a concept in your head. Fear is literally just a word. It's just a concept. And once you kind of take down that mental block, it makes things a lot easier, and it makes spending time with yourself, you know, a little bit easier. So yeah, that was all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you liked this video and you want more like it, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.